Sanamukela futhi Dlala Mzansi. Now, if you remember previous weeks, we've been asking you to tell us what has been your most exciting moment on the show. It definitely has been an exciting journey for us, and we would like to use this moment to refresh you on some of the most exciting conversations we have had here in studio and have shared with you at home. Enjoy.
Van der Bijl, aka Mr. Lenzito, representing Cycle for Change. We are fast approaching the season to be reading. We're gonna be doing the epic Cycle for Change. Union buildings in Pretoria all the way down to Cape Town over 12 days, encouraging you to read. Funda! Yes, read! Because readers are leaders.
Twafunda bzalwa defunda. Siyanamukela futhi Dlala Mzansi. Now, the Cycle for Change campaign is primarily a reading awareness campaign promoting the love of reading and the love of books among the South African population as well as on the African continent. And to chat to us about it, we are now joined on the show by founder and motivational speaker, Lindsay van der Bijl. Lindsay, thank you very much for taking the time to join us on the show.
Thank you for the platform.
Exciting campaign we are seeing here. Talk to us about it.
So yeah, like you said, it's primarily a reading awareness campaign, but Cycle for Change in itself is a social enterprise which was established to raise awareness and tackle all the social ills that are facing young people in South Africa and on the continent. But for now, our current focus is literacy.
Now, following a successful tryout phase across the country, a two-selection of 48 young hopefuls underwent an elimination bootcamp at the High Performance Center in Pretoria. Now, the group, which was selected on the back of a tryout phase, was downsized to the finest mix of 30 future of football stars South Africa has to offer. And to speak to us more about the bootcamp, we are joined by Nedbank Kiona team search selector, Ubabu Mike Mangena. Coach, siyabamukela Dlala Mzansi.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now, you've been around the country selecting these young hopefuls. How has the talent been compared to the other years?
Look, man, Vuyo, I think we all know that the Nedbank talent search has grown in leaps and bounds. You know, when we started, players were not sure about whether this is going to work, whether it is true that these players are going to be deployed to the professional teams. And as we progressed, players then started believing that, yes, Nedbank has come up with a program that, you know, no bank has ever done it. No talent search or any other program in terms of development has done this.
Sisahlezi no Thando Manano. Now, Thando's rise through rugby rankings while earning a reputation as a tough tackling lock and later open side flanker was astonishingly rapid, especially for a player of color at the time. Within 2 years of picking up a rugby ball, he represented Eastern Province at Craven Week, and by 2000, he was a Springbok. We continue with the conversation. So, introduction to rugby comes in. 1995 World Cup comes.
Yeah.
Where are you?
95, I'm in standard 9. I just started the game. In fact, South Africans were drawn into the game after the World Cup. I was not. I was drawn up before I even acknowledged that there was a World Cup happening in South Africa, which was in June at some stage, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, the World Cup just rejuvenated, you know, the love of the game. I think for me it rejuvenated. If one looked at guys like Jonah Lomo at the tournament, you know, you look at Francois Pina, you look at Chester scoring those 4 tries. So those were some of the big guns. You look at Zinzenbroek, you know, that drop goal against England, and so forth. So for me, it was just to follow on, because a tournament comes and it goes. And it's the legacy that it leaves behind. And it left for me a legacy that I also wanted to don the green and gold, you know, not knowing that 5 years from that time, I would also be able to call myself and also have my name in the honors board in Cape Town, saying that I'm a Springbok.
If you've just joined us, we are sitting with sports veteran Dikeledi Litiri. Dikeledi, now we spoke so much about your family just before the ad break, but you are doing commentary for cricket, you are doing commentary for soccer, rugby, netball, athletics, tennis, and motorsport. How did motorsport come about? Because you don't find a lot of women doing that.
I love cars. I love cars, and I make it my mission to research about cars. I think even before I was given that challenge of doing motorsport, I would have an interest in myself to research about sport, about cars. And when the challenge came, I was like, come on, let's do this.
Our very special guest for today is a woman who keeps soccer players in their lane, financially, socially, and professionally. She is the CEO of Black Eye on Target Sports, and she's also a consultant for Super Sport United. Mama Gwen, welcome.
How are you?
Dlala Mzansi. Finally, we've been trying to get you.
Finally, I get to sit on this chair. Thank you.
Thank you for finally coming.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
So, I mean, you are a businesswoman. You in soccer. You in Super Sports United as well. But you started your journey on radio. Yes. I mean, take us through that journey. You made quite a leap.
From what I'm studying, actually.
Yes.
I started in 2014. I started football a long time ago, but then professionally, I started Junto Media. I was the content producer and also the co-presenter for Sports Alert, the show. And from there, also, I think the MDC started in 2015, the first MDC. I get to cover that for Tshwane TV also, because we're also doing content at Junto Media for Tshwane TV. So yeah, it actually started at Junto Media, so I learned a lot from that, you know, and also I think when you're on the outside, you think you know what's happened within the football fraternity, but then when you get inside, you see that there's a lot of gaps and a lot of loopholes also. So yeah, I saw that that's how Black Eye on Target started also.
Now, the first NBA Africa game in 2015 was a resounding success, with the highlight being the appearance on the court of African NBA legend DRC's Dikembe Mutombo and Nigeria's Hakeem the Dream. This edition, the major highlight will be the appearance of Thabo Sefolosha, dubbed basketball's Trevor Noah. And to chat to us about the 2017 NBA Africa game, NBA Africa Vice President and Managing Director Amadou Galofo. Thank you so very much, Amadou, for taking the time to join us here on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, NBA Africa game, it doesn't get more exciting than this for the growth of basketball in Africa.
Absolutely, and I'm super excited, and I'm excited for our fans. I'm excited as a fan of basketball to have some of the world's greatest athletes here in Johannesburg on August 5th at Ticket Pro Dome, showcasing their talent, celebrating the diversity of the NBA, more than 30% of our players coming from outside the US. Team Africa versus Team World. You can't get more excitement.
Sanamugela futhi Dlala Mzansi. Now, the South African Football Association has confirmed the receipt of a report from FIFA stating that Bafana Bafana should replay the FIFA World Cup match against Senegal that was played last year on 12 November 2016, which South Africa won 2-1. SAFA has since said they are studying the FIFA decision on the replay and also stated that they are in no way involved with any wrongdoing related to the actions of the referee. But while they study the decision, Josie FM sports journalist Themba Shabalala joins us on the show to bring light on the matter. Themba, thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Baba. Thanks for having me.
We're back onto this topic again, Bafana Bafana and their performance. Poor performance we've been seeing recently. Even Minister of Police right now, who was then Minister of Sports and Recreation, saying that they're a bunch of losers once again.
I mean, look, I'm not quite sure about a bunch of losers, but football is a game of opinions. Football is a game of a whole lot of people talking, but only 11 play at the same time. Look, national team has not been doing quite well. It's just a recent slide when we were sitting nicely with our 4 points, hoping to get the 6 points from Cape Verde, but unfortunately it didn't roll our way. It even became worse when we went to Durban, taking them to Durban for our home leg, yeah. And then only to find that we still go down to them by the same score margin. And for me, it's about time we really look at ourselves.
Thank you very much. And to start off by saying congratulations, you guys and the team, for your nomination and the good work that you continue to do.
Thank you very much. So ibusele move, sibuyisele hading. Abantu bamazi manje Amanda, with the work that you've done with, obviously, with the national team and now with the analysis. Abantu abamazi ukuthi Amanda ekhule hiding back in KZN ngokunjani. Wayenjani Amanda ngalezo ikhathi?
Well, back in the day, so that was my nickname from Ekaya, and Utoki was just a very cheerful girl. And I got involved in football through Dlala Mzansi. So because everyone else was older than me. So and this one day shorter, and then and you know, if you're a girl and you join a boys team, you always go in as a goalkeeper because you always underestimated that you can't play. But surprisingly, they wanted me as an infield player. And from there, I got back home. The following Sunday, the coach was at the doorstep knocking at my mom like, and then who's this guy? I tell him, well, Coach Lorna, and he wants me to go play for Young Kellys back then. And I think from there, that's just how my footballing just started.
We trust you have enjoyed that snapback. After the break, Mbali Malwandla walked the black carpet at the 2017 Gauteng Sports Awards.